Hi, this is I'm the interviewer, and this is JPEG, and he's writing about quarterbacks. And Gino, what inspired you to write the book?
I like football, and my favorite position was quarterbacks.
Okay, how did you get the idea?
I like football.
Tell us about your story.
Well, they have like a lot of quarterbacks in them, and they have like John Elway, McMahon, and stuff.
Who are the characters?
John Elway, McMahon, and Johnson or something.
What is the setting?
Well, it might take place at Wrigley Field.
When does the story take place?
Like during fall.
What is the main idea of the story?
Like how these quarterbacks would help their team win and make it to the Super Bowl.
How long did it take you to write the story?
A couple months, 1 or 2.
Can you tell us the story about John Elway?
Sure. Well, when he came through the year with he would be really easy. He would get touchdowns. I remember this one time I wrote about he played Green Bay, and they won by the last seconds with John Elway's touchdown.
How did you think of a storyline?
Well, I have a bunch of posters of these guys. I smacked them together in one book.
Have you written any other books?
Yeah, one about animals and hyenas and lions, tigers.
What is the first book you wrote?
About animals endangered.
What is your favorite subject to write about?
Animals.
What is your favorite book in 3rd grade?
My favorite book was about sharks.
Thank you for watching Meet the Author. Welcome to Meet the Author. Today our author is Josh Jackson. Josh, what inspired you to write this book?
Well, when I was in 3rd grade, I usually liked dinosaurs a lot. I checked out books from the library, and I just started writing about them.
How did you get the idea?
Well, I went to museums a lot, got a lot of posters, and just put the whole book together, and my friends helped me a little.
Tell us about the story.
It's mostly about a T-Rex trying to hunt for meat, but he never gets it until the Triceratops was alone and not in a pack, and he sees it and just has a fight with it, and he starts eating them.
Who are the characters?
T-Rex, Brontosaurus, Triceratops, Brontosaurus, and all sorts of dinosaurs.
When does the story take place?
In the Cretaceous period.
What's the setting?
All over Central America, Asia, Europe, everywhere in the world.
What's the main idea of the story?
T-Rex trying to get food, and how dinosaurs lived.
How long did it take you to write your story?
About a month.
Where did the characters come from?
I researched them a little and all over the world.
How did you think of the storyline?
Well, it was just about when I read dinosaur books in 3rd grade, and it's just how dinosaurs live, sort of.
Was it easy writing this story?
Yeah, really easy, sort of.
What was your favorite book when you were in 3rd grade?
The Racketeer. I love books like that.
Well, this is Nick signing off. Bye.
Hello, this is Meet the Author. This is Katie Silverstein. My name is Carolina Manel. Katie wrote a book called Falling Up. Tell us, Katie, what inspired you writing this poem book?
I like reading poems when I was a kid.
How did you get the idea?
My mom used to write poems, and I used to read them all the time.
Tell us, Katie, us about your poem book.
Well, it's about having fun, and that's all.
Who are the characters in the book?
Kids, and that's all, and animals.
When does the story take place?
In all seasons, pretty much.
Okay. Where does the story where does the poem take place? Where does the poem what is the setting in the poem?
Like different places, like depending on where I lived.
What is the main idea of the poem?
Having fun.
How did you think of a story, a poem line?
Depending on where I lived and what I was doing.
What is it? Was it easy writing your poem book?
Yeah, it was pretty easy.
Have you written other books?
Yes, I have. I've written 3 other books.
What is the first book you wrote?
The first book I wrote was The Giving Tree.
What was your favorite subject to write about it?
I liked writing about cats and dogs.
What was your favorite book when you were in 3rd grade?
Cam Jansen books.
Thank you for watching our show, Meet the Author. My name is Carolina, and see you next time. Welcome to Meet the Author. This is Jeff Brown and
we're not sure what his book is. So let's find out. What is the name of your book?
This was sleepover.
Who's the author?
My clown.
What is the book about?
Other is gateway is what is first sleepover.
Who will Arthur invite to a sleepover?
He is going to invite Buster and the Brain.
Where will they sleep?
They will sleep in a tent.
What were the boys looking for?
They were looking for aliens.
Who tried to scare the boys by pretending she was an alien?
DW tried to scare the boys.
How did the boys scare DW?
They scared her by making a pretend alien. And they put it by her window.
Did you like the book?
Yes, I did.
Did you write any other books?
Yep.
This is Matt Dodgen signing off from Meet the Author. Thank you for watching.
Welcome to Meet the Author. I am Kyle Muskowski, as you should know. Today we'll be interviewing Amber Adler. What inspired you to write this book?
Well, I like mysteries and I like monkeys.
What's the name of the book?
Ken Jansen and the Mystery at the Monkey House.
Tell us about the story.
Well, it's about a girl named Cam and her friends Eric and Billy, and they go to the Jackson Park Zoo. And as they were going to the monkey house, a truck comes by with dirt in the back. And as they get to the monkey house, the smallest monkey copies Eric. And as he was doing his handstand, he lost his wallet. So after he left, he didn't know he lost his wallet, because he went to the store and he wanted to buy something, but his wallet wasn't there. So he went back to the monkey house and he found his wallet, but the monkeys weren't there. So Cam thought that the ice cream people that were selling the ice cream stole them and put them in their carts, but she was wrong. And as she was walking past the pond, she heard a geese honk, and it reminded her of the truck. And she thought the truck did it, so she went to a guard, and the guard called the manager, and then the manager called the cops. So they got in the manager's car and went to go see if they could find the truck, but they couldn't because there was an accident at the front of the road. So Cam remembered what the truck looked like, and she saw the truck there, so they got out of the car and walked all the way there. And they found the monkeys in the dirt in their cage.
Have you written any other books?
Yes, the Cam Jansen series only.
How long did it take you to write the story?
Like a few months.
Like 3, 4?
3.
Where do the characters come from?
Actually, I just made them up. So.
Was it easy writing the story?
It sort of was, but since I knew just a little about monkeys, so it just pretty went smoothly.
Have you written any other books?
Yes, I did.
What was the first book you wrote?
Ken Jansen and the Mystery of the Stolen Diamonds.
What was your favorite book when you were in 3rd grade?
Little House in the Big Woods, written by Laura Ingalls Wilder.
Have you written any other series?
No.
Thank you. This is Meet the Meet the author. Thank you for watching. Welcome to Meet the Author. This is Claude Stevenson, and he wrote a book that we would like to talk about. What inspired you to write this book?
Well, I just like basketball and stuff.
How did you get the idea?
From watching basketball when I was young. Stuff.
Tell us about your story.
It's about these little Looney Tunes that want to face little aliens, and then they steal 5 NBA players their talents, and then Bugs Bunny asks Michael Jordan if they could help the Looney Tunes play the aliens.
Who are the characters?
Looney Tune characters and Michael Jordan.
When does this story take place?
At Looney Tune Land. Yeah.
What was the setting? How long did it take you to write this story?
About a month or two.
Where did the characters come from?
They came from like Looney Tune Land and stuff.
Did you make them up yourself?
Not really.
What is the title of the book?
Space Jam.
How did you come up with the names?
I just thought of things that sound good for the Looney Tune characters.
How did you think of the storyline?
Something that sounds good, that something good about basketball and stuff.
Was it easy writing the story?
Yeah.
Have you written any other books?
Yeah, I've written like about a few more books.
What is the first book you wrote?
My Teacher Flunked Planet.
When did you become interested in writing stories?
When I started reading books.
What is your favorite subject to write about?
About aliens.
What was your favorite book in 3rd grade?
Captain Underpants.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching Meet the Author. This is Josh Bolger signing off. Bye. Welcome to Meet the Author. My name is Edith, and our guest today is Matthew Stephen. How did you get the idea?
I liked fire engines, and I wanted to write a book about them so people would know a lot about them, and that's why I wrote it.
Tell us about your story.
It is about different kind of fire engines and what the fire engines are used for, what their purpose is, and some of them are used at airports and some aren't, and that's just why I just wanted to tell people.
What is the main idea of the story?
The main idea of the story is that for me to tell the people about the fire engines. That's the main idea.
How long did it take you to write your story?
2 weeks. It took me 2 weeks to get it all done and published.
Was it easy writing this story?
Kind of not.
Have you written other books?
Yes, I've written 2 other books.
What is the first book you wrote?
Fire engines.
What is your favorite subject to write about?
Fire engines, firefighters, lots of stuff that rescues people, like airplanes and fighter jets and trains, like that stuff.
What was your favorite book when you were in 3rd grade?
Fighter jets.
Bye. See you later. And welcome to Meet the Author. We're interviewing Tierney Gelsey. What's the title of the book?
Scooby-Doo and the Haunted Castle.
What inspired you to write this book?
After school, every day I used to come home and watch the TV show.
Tell us about this story.
Well, it's about the Scooby-Doo gang, and they get a flat tire outside this one castle, Montgomery Estates, and they go inside and ask for a telephone, and the butler answers, Cheeves, the butler, and then the owner, Montgomery Jr., comes to the door. His name is Cliff, and he says, "Why don't you stay?" And so they stay and eat dinner, and there's 3 other people at the dinner table. There's 2 of them want to use the castle, they want to buy the castle, and 2 of them want to buy the castle for a museum, and one wants to use it for a car dealership because he owns cars and he wants it. And all of a sudden the lights turn out, and out comes a ghost of Montgomery, Cliff's dad, and he says, you better leave this place, or you'll be gone by time you want to leave, and let my son be a lesson to you. And then when the lights turn back on, Cliff is gone. And they search all over the house and they can't find him, and they can't find Scooby or Shaggy because they're under the table. And they go, "Well, I was just seeing if the floor was okay." They said they're asking if the floor is okay because they were scared. And Velma pushed a button on the wall, and she went to a secret passageway and found some treasure. And then she ended up on Cliff's chair when she came out, and everybody was staring at her and like, why were you sitting on his chair? And she goes, "I don't know. I just came here." And then they thought of a plan to catch the ghost. They thought that Scooby could say boo and scare him so they could find out who was it, and it was the butler. And the butler said he wanted to scare everybody away, so because he didn't want nobody to buy it, so he could, because he lived there his whole life. He lived there his whole life, but he was lying. He really wanted the treasure that Velma found, and so they left the place with a new tire, and that's it. That was it.
Who are the characters?
Scooby, Velma, Daphne, Fred, Cliff, Cheeves, and the 3 people who want to buy the house.
What's the main idea?
Trying to solve the mystery so they know who it is and what happened.
How long did it take you to write this story?
A couple weeks.
Was it easy writing this story?
Sometimes. Some pages were a little hard to think of.
How did you come up with the names?
I got them from the TV show.
What is your favorite subject to write about?
Mysteries.
Have you written other books?
2. Scooby-Doo and the Mummy Case, and Scooby-Doo and the Snow Monster.
That's all for now. Join us next week on Meet the Author.
Hi, my name is Corey Nealon. We're at Meet the Author. Today our guest is Carolina
partner with her new book called New Testament by Book Bible. Carolina, what inspired you to write the Bible?
Well, I was baptized with my partner when I wrote the book, and I was Catholic, so I thought I would write a true story from a long time ago.
Who are the characters?
Joseph, Samuel, Moses, Mary, Joseph, and Jesus.
When does the Bible take place?
In Israel, Bethlehem, and Egypt, and by Israel and Bethlehem.
Okay. What is the main idea of the Bible?
Well, it tells about what happened from a long time ago.
How long did it take you to write your story?
A year.
Where did the characters come from?
From a long time ago.
Was it easy writing the Bible?
Yeah, no, sometimes it was hard because some stories were very hard to write because you can't remember all the stories from a long time ago, so.
Do you like what you wrote?
Yeah, sometimes when I'm frustrated, I sometimes got paper cuts and,
When did you write the Bible?
a year ago.
What is your favorite subject to write about?
All kinds of things like animals.
What was your favorite book when you were in 3rd grade?
Cam Jansen and Scooby-Doo.
Carolina, what is one of your favorite stories in the Bible?
Well, when Jesus was born, I'll tell the story. Mary was ready to get married with Joseph, and Joseph said that Joseph said he would cancel it, and he went to sleep, and this angel came into his dream and said that Mary's going to have a baby, and the angel said that don't cancel the wedding, just marry her and just go quick to Bethlehem and find the new star. And so he married Mary, and they got a donkey and rode to Bethlehem. And in Bethlehem, Israel, there was a king named King Herod. And Herod, there was 3 kings, these wise men, and they were the 3 kings. And they asked Herod, where's the new baby? And King Herod didn't even know what baby. And so he said that he doesn't know, and after the 3 kings see Jesus, bring the baby to me and I'll greet him. And so the 3 kings didn't know where to go, so they found a bright big star on the sky, and they followed that weird star. And they found the baby, and they didn't want to show King Harold because they would think that King Harold would kill the baby. And so they didn't go to King Harold, and they just stayed there and gave him some presents. And their name were Casper, I think Mark, and then I don't remember the last one, but they gave him treasure and stuff like that. And so Jesus was born in a stable because the hotels were all out, and so they went to a stable. And that's all.
Okay, thank you for watching at Meet the Author.
Hello, this is is Matt Dodgen on Meet the Author. Our guest today is James Brown, and he wrote the story called Arthur Writes a Story. James, can you, how did you get the idea of writing the story?
I liked animals when I was growing up.
Tell us about your story.
Well, it was in Mr. Rapin's class when he assigned to write a story for homework, and when Arthur got home, he ran up to his room and started writing the story. And he wrote the story of how he got his dog Pale, and he told it to his sister DW, and he said he didn't like it. She didn't like it.
Who are the characters?
Arthur, DW, Buster, and his mom and dad. And Arthur's mom and dad.
How long did it take you to write the story?
Like a week.
Did you make the characters up yourself?
No.
Was it easy writing the story?
Yeah.
Have you written other books?
No.
What is your favorite subject to write about?
About when he was writing a story about Pale.
What was your favorite book when you were in 3rd grade?
Rugrats.
This is Matt Dodgen signing off from Meet the Author. Goodbye.
That was the second time that I did it.
Welcome to Meet the Author. Our guest here is Brittany Evans. What inspired you to write this book?
Well, I liked cats, and I just wanted to write about them, so I did.
How did you get the idea?
Well, when I was like 5, my aunt was writing books about animals, so I wanted to write a book, so I started writing books of animals too.
Tell us about your story.
Well, it's about kittens, and it tells how to feed them and what color they are and this other stuff.
How long did it take you to write the story?
Probably about 3 weeks.
What is easy writing this story?
Yes.
Have you written other books?
No.
What is the first book you wrote?
Kittens.
When did you become interested in writing stories?
When I was 5.
What is your favorite subject to write about?
Animals.
What was your favorite book when you were in 3rd grade? What was your favorite book when you were in 3rd grade?
Dogs.
Thank you for watching Meet the Author.
Welcome to Meet the Author. Our writer today is Casey Parrish. She wrote a book called Haunted House. Casey, what inspired you to write this book?
Well, I always liked mysteries when I was young, so I wanted to see how many kids liked them like right now.
Tell us about your story.
It's about these 3 kids, Bill, Tom, and Lisa, that go on a big adventure because they keep finding notes that have like ghost handwriting stuff on them that lead them to next notes, and then finally they find out it's their old friends that they had a surprise from. It was a picnic in their treehouse that they built while they were gone.
Casey, who are the characters?
Lisa, Tom, and Bill.
When does the story take place?
In October or spring.
What is the main idea of the story?
3 kids that go on an adventure and find a lot of stuff, and at the end there's a big surprise.
How long did it take you to write the story?
2 months.
Did you make them up yourself?
No.
Are they based on people you know?
Yes.
How did you come up with the names?
I had 3 friends that names were Tom, Bill, and Lisa, and I just wanted to use their names in the book.
Was it easy to write the story?
Yes.
Have you written other books?
No.
What was the first book you wrote?
This
When did you become interested in writing books?
a couple years ago.
What is your favorite subject to write about?
Mysteries.
What was your favorite book when you were in 3rd grade?
Calvin and Hobbes, the original.
Thanks for watching Meet the Author. See you next time. Hi, here we are on Meet the Author. I'm Gino Capuccio. We got Nick Einstein. That's Stein. Okay. What's the title of this book? Say cheese and die again. Tell us about this story. The story is about 5 kids and they find a camera in a haunted house, and they took a picture of one person, and every time they take a picture of somebody, something bad happens. Well, hopefully they won't shine in my room. How long did it take you to write this story? About a couple months. Was it easy to write this story? Some parts yes, and some parts no. What is the first book you wrote? Welcome to Dead House. Is that another Goosebumps? Have you written any other books? I've written the whole Goosebumps series. What is your favorite subject to write about? Like weird things. Who are the characters? A kid named Craig. His friend that I forgot what her name was. A kid whose nickname is Bird, and a kid who like never talks. When does the story take place? In his school and mostly at his house. What's the main idea of the story? They try and get the camera to his school, and he tries not to take pictures of anybody so nobody gets hurt, and then his friend took a picture of him, and he turned into this big fat blubber guy. And then he got really mad at his friend, so he took a picture of her and she turned into this really skinny girl who every time wind comes she flies away. And so then they destroyed the camera and everything turned back to normal.
Now about this love guy. How big and fat is this piece of junk?
He's about over 100 pounds. That's all we have today for Meet the Author. See you later.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Zuka, and our guest today is Rasa Bernstein. How did you get the idea?
Well, when I was little, I went to my grandmother's house, and I thought it was gonna be as bad as I don't know what, but so it gave me the idea to write this book.
Tell us about your story.
Well, it's about the Bernstein bears, and brother and sister bear are going to their grandma's house, and they think it's really awful. And then when they get there, their grandma and grandpa go to dances and everything, and it's really cool. And I thought it would be really boring and stuff.
Who are the characters?
It's brother bear, sister bear, grandma and grandpa, and mother bear and papa bear.
When does the story take place?
Well, it takes place in their grandmother's and grandparents' house.
How long did it take you to write the story?
Well, it took me about 3 weeks.
Did you make the characters up yourself?
Yeah.
Is it easy writing this story?
Well, sort of.
Have you written other books?
Yes, a whole series of them.
What is the first book you wrote?
I forgot what its name was.
What is the first book? When did you become interested in writing stories?
Well, when I was little, I started writing little stories.
What was your favorite book when you were in 3rd grade?
Gulliver's Stories.
That's the end of Meet the Author today. Bye.
Hello, welcome to Meet the Author. Today our guest is Kyle Applegate. So Kyle, tell us about the story. The story's about these kids. They were walking home from school. This alien ship landed to Earth, and these things called Yerks went into their ear. Then when they touched an animal, they would get the animal's DNA, and then they'd turn into that animal. Who are the characters? Jake, Rachel, and Axe.
Where did the characters come from?
I made them up.
Was it easy writing the story?
Sort of.
Have you written any other books?
Yeah, I've written a whole series of animals.
When did you become interested in writing books?
I think I was in like 3rd grade.
What was your favorite subject to write about?
Aliens.
What was your favorite book in 3rd grade?
Captain Underpants. It was the funniest book.
What was the book that you wrote?
It was called The Pretender.
Welcome to Meet the Author, and goodbye.
This is Chris Stone, and I'm Nick Racing. Chris, what inspired you to write this book?
Well, first of all, the name of my book is The Wonder of Raccoons, and when I was a kid I liked raccoons, so I just decided to write books about them.
How did you get the idea?
I liked raccoons.
Who are the characters?
Wild animals, and mostly raccoons.
How long did it take you to write the story?
3.5 weeks.
Was this book easy to write?
Kind of.
Have you written other books?
Yeah, mostly the books I write about raccoons.
What is the first book you wrote?
It was called Raccoons, and it told about where they live, what they eat, and other things about them.
When did you become interested in writing stories?
When I was in school, I wrote in my writing journal, and I wrote a lot of stories, some about raccoons, and I just liked writing, so I decided to write a story.
What is your favorite subject to write about?
Raccoons.
What is your favorite book when you were in 3rd grade?
My favorite book was oh, come on. How can I think? My favorite book was called Goosebump books.
That's it for this week on Meet the Author.
Welcome to Meet the Author, and today's guest is Megan Klein. She wrote Horrible Harry's Kickball Wedding. What inspired you to write this book?
Well, when I was little, my cousins and I would play kickball. Then we would bring all the dress-up clothes out that we had, and we would play wedding. And one of my cousins is a boy, and he would be the ring bearer. And I have a really young cousin, and she would be the flower girl.
Tell us about your story.
Well, Horrible Harry liked this one girl. Her name was Song Lee, and he got an idea to ask her to marry him from one of his friends, and because his mom was getting married, and so he wrote her a love letter asking her to marry him, and she said she would ask her mom to make sure it was okay, and her mom said it was okay, and her mom said that she would cut her curtains and make a veil, and so Harry got all these people in it and told them to meet him on the tree on Valentine's Day. And so they all did, and one day in school they made all the flowers and props for the wedding. And at the wedding, a boy came over and asked them to play kickball, and so that sort of ruined the wedding, and the people who were in the wedding, they were mad because the wedding was really fun. And the kid who Horrible Harry got the idea to ask Song Lee to marry him, he invited all the kids who were in the wedding to go to his mom's wedding.
How long did it take you to write this book?
About a week or so.
Where did you get the characters?
I just made them up.
Was it easy writing this book?
Well, it was sort of hard to get the idea.
What is your favorite subject to write about?
Like funny subjects.
What was your favorite book when you were in 3rd grade?
I liked Cam Jansen books.
Thank you for watching Meet the Author. Bye.
Hi, so welcome to my Meet the Author. It's by Katie V. Why is it here? Who to write this book?
Well, I liked mysteries, so I said why not write books about mysteries.
How did you get that idea?
Well, I went over to my cousin's house and we played a mystery, so I wrote books.
Tell this about a little story.
It's about a boy and a girl, and they were walking in the city, and there was a cat in the tree, and the girl went to get the cat. So on the tree there was flashing lights, and then they went to a parking lot, and there was a group of people, and they were all counting the lights. Then they were walking in a forest, and they saw all this stuff all over the ground, and there was these two people covered in aluminum foil, because and this one boy was entering a contest for photography, and he was taking pictures of the boy and the girl in aluminum foil, and then they ran away because the boy and the two kids were trying to get them. So they ran home, and 2 weeks later they saw them on TV.
Who are the characters?
Cam, Jansen, and Eric.
How long did it take you to write your story?
About a month.
Are you to do the characters come from?
I made up the characters.
How did you think of a?
Well, I went to my cousin's house and I like mysteries, so that's how I thought of a storyline.
Hi, to meet the author. Goodbye.
Here we are with Meet the Author. Our guest today is Dimitri. Dimitri, what inspired you to write this book?
Well, I just like tornadoes and how they got their speed.
How long did it take you to write this
A
story?
month.
Tell us about the story.
Well, it's a It's about tornadoes and how they got their speed and they ruined a lot of houses.
How did you think of the storyline?
Because I saw tornadoes on TV and that's how I got the idea.
What is your favorite subject to write about?
Tornadoes,
What was your favorite book in third grade?
animals.
Have you written other books?
Yes,
What was your favorite book in third grade?
animals.
Thank you for watching Meet the Author. Bye.
Welcome to Meet the Author, and today our guest is Rohan Mullins. He has recently written a book, and we don't know what it's called, so let's find it out. Rohan, what's the book called?
Dinosaurs in Core.
What inspired you to write the book?
I had a dream about it
How did you get the idea?
from my brother.
Tell us about your story.
My story takes place in the Jurassic period.
What is it about?
Dinosaurs.
One dinosaur or all different?
All different.
How long did it take you to write the story?
2 months.
What did you learn out of this book?
I learned that it took 11 animals to get taller than a brontosaurus.
How did you think of the storyline?
I thought it was good.
How do you think of the line? Like, were you doing something and then you just thought of it, or what? How'd you do it? Was it easy writing the story?
No.
Have you written any other books?
Yes.
What was the first book you wrote?
Dinosaurs.
When did you become interested in writing stories?
When I was 5.
What was your favorite subject to write about?
The Tyrannosaurus Rex.
What was your favorite book when you were in third grade?
Captain Underpants.
Did you only read Captain Underpants or other books?
Other books.
What were they?
Oh, they were jokes.
Joke books? This is, I don't know what. This is Tierney signing off from Meet the Author. See you next week. Bye.
Here we are with Meet the Author, and today our author is Nick Cohen. Tell us about your story. It's about wrestling superstars. What is the main idea of your story? Wrestling. How long did it take you to write your story? 3 years. Did you make them up yourself? No. Are they based on people you know? I wish. Was it easy writing this story? No. Have you written other books? No. When did you become interested in writing stories? When I got married to the gremlin at home. What is your favorite subject to write about? Wrestling. What's your favorite wrestler? Who's your favorite wrestler? Hulk Hogan. Who's the owner? Vincent Kane McMahon. What was your favorite book when you were in in 3rd grade. I would have to say Night in Terror Tower, Goosebumps. Here we are signing off with Meet the Author. See you next week.
Today is Meet the Author. Let's meet Corey Ambler. What inspired you to write this book?
Well, when I was little, I lived across the street from a coin store, and they had gold coins. And one day they got stolen, so me, my sister, and our friends, we helped get the coins back. So I figured it would be nice to write a story about us.
Tell us about your story.
Well, one day Cam Jansen and Eric, they were going to the science fair for school, and they were waiting for a bus behind the coin store. And they heard someone go in the coin store and take something, and then ran away and started following Cam and Eric. So Cam and Eric lost them, and then they started following him into the woods, and the guy that stole the coins took Cam's science project, and he took the film out of it because she made a camera, and then he ran away and left the camera there without the film, and they didn't find out who it was. So then they went to the store with the police and found out that the guy that took it had left and had dropped them, and somebody found them and put them in a machine to get pop, and they got stuck, and that's how they found it.
How long did it take you to write this story?
2-3 months.
Where did the characters come from?
They came from when I was a little kid.
Was it easy writing this story?
Sort of. Sometimes it was hard because you had to remember what happened.
Have you written other books?
Yes, the first book I wrote was Cam Jansen and the Mystery of the Missing Jewelry.
What is your favorite subject to write about?
I like to write about mysteries and animals.
Did anyone help you with the story?
Yes, my sister Amber Adler.
Bye, see you next week on Meet the Author.
Hi, welcome to the Meet the Author show. Here today we have Brian Whiteman and his book Star Wars and Planet Clue. What inspired you to write this book?
Well, I kind of like Star Wars, and well, I just wanted to start a new series of books of Star Wars.
How did you get the idea?
Well, I got the idea because some books I read, like a long time ago, like Shadows of the Empire and other Star Wars books. I got an idea to write my own series of books.
Tell us about your story.
Well, it's about Ted, Uncle Hul, and Zach. Zach gets sick on their ship, and so they have to go to an outer rim planet on Kabadani, and there's been a blockade, and their ship was the only ship to land or take off, and they think that they're making these viruses that are these big green globs of people, and they're trying to find out who's making them. And so Tash gets lost in this ziggurat, these big pyramids, and um, she finds these big cells where there's tons of these big globs of this virus, and she gets trapped in there. And then she finds this person. It's a real evil person who's in charge of Project Starscream, and that's what the blobs are from. So he's testing out another experiment that's air virus if you breathe it. And then she finds out that it won't work, and then Ziggurat gets destroyed.
Was it easy writing this story?
Well, it was hard because it took me like about 2 months just thinking of where to have it and names of planets and people.
What is your favorite subject to write about?
Well, my favorite subject to write about is usually like Lost World and Star Wars.
How long did it take you to write this story?
Well, it took me about like maybe almost a year.
And what was your favorite book in 3rd grade?
My favorite book in 3rd grade was Shadows of the Empire.
Well, that's all. See you next time at Meet the Author. Bye. Hi, welcome to Meet the Author. Our guest today is Andrew Applegate, and he wrote the book Andalites Chronicles. Andrew, what inspired you to write this book?
At my cousin's house, my cousin has like alien games that I could play, so I thought I'd write about aliens.
Can you tell us a little bit about your story?
This alien, he gave 5 kids to morph into any animal so they could save the world from other kind of aliens.
How long did it take you to write this story?
A year or so.
Where did the characters come from?
I made them up.
Was it easy to write the story?
No.
What was your favorite subject to write? What's your favorite subject to write?
By this prince alien getting killed by his own teacher.
What was your favorite book in 3rd grade?
Goosebumps.
Thanks for watching Meet the Author.